Time is like a river. You cannot touch the same water twice because the flow that has passed will never pass again. So enjoy every moment of life. Hello dear students. Now today I am here with the exercise questions of chapter number 13, Motion and Time. Now let us begin. The first question in your NCERT exercise is, classify the following as motion along a straight line, circular or oscillatory motion. Okay, so before doing this question we should know what are these motions. First, coming to straight line motion, it is also known as linear motion. So this is a motion along a straight line. Okay, when the object moves along a straight line, then its motion is said to be linear or straight line motion. The second motion is circular motion. It means the motion of an object along a circular path will be known as circular motion. The third one, oscillatory motion. It is the repeated motion. That means when the object repeats its motion, it is known as oscillatory motion. Or we can also say that the to and fro motion of an object from its mean position is known as oscillatory motion. Now you will be able to do these questions. The first part is motion of your hands while running. Okay, so when your hands, they move, they are in motion when you run, then because here what you are doing, your hands are moving to and fro, so this is an oscillatory motion. Second, motion of a horse pulling a cart on a straight road. Again, because here what is given, straight road is given, so it is a linear or a straight line motion. Third, motion of a child in a merry-go-round. So merry-go-round, we all have gone through it. Okay, so in that the motion is said to be circular motion, because in a merry-go-round the motion is along a circular path. Fourth, motion of a child on a seesaw. Okay, on a seesaw the motion is what? That is a repeated motion, so it will be said to be oscillatory motion. Fifth one, motion of the hammer of an electric bell. Again, that is also because the hammer of an electric bell, it shows oscillatory motion. That is again a to and fro or the repeated motion. Sixth, motion of a train on a straight bridge. Again, see children, here straight bridge is given and the train is moving along that straight bridge, so that will again be a linear or a straight line motion. Now coming to question number 2. Now coming to second question, which of the following are not correct? Okay, which of the following are not correct? The first is the basic unit of time is second. So this is correct, that means it's true. Okay, we have to choose only those are false. Second, every object moves with a constant speed. No, that is false. Every object doesn't move with a constant speed. Okay, so that will be false, that is not true. Third, distances between two cities are measured in kilometers. Very true, because two cities, these are far apart from each other and we cannot measure them in meters or other units or smaller units. Okay, so for that a bigger unit is there which is known as kilometers. The fourth one, the time period of a given pendulum is constant. Yes, it is also true, and who has proved this? It was proved by Galileo. Okay. Fifth is, the speed of a train is expressed in meters per hour. False. Why? Because the speed of a train is not expressed in meters per hour. It is expressed in kilometers per hour. Okay. So we have to choose which one are not correct. So here the second and the fifth, these statements are incorrect. Now starting with the numerical. Question number 3. A simple pendulum takes 32 seconds. It is SS, we denote it for seconds. To complete 20 oscillations, what is the time period of the pendulum? So children, whenever we are doing any numerical, what we have to do is whatever is given, whatever quantities we have been given, we have to note down them first. After that we have to write down the formula. So what is given here? We have been given the time. Okay, the time to complete that much, or that means 20 oscillations. So we'll write down time taken to complete 20 oscillations is equal to how much? It is 32 seconds. and the number of oscillations has been given 20. Okay, so what we have to find out here? We have to find out the time period over here. So for that we have to write down the formula. Time period is equal to time taken. Okay, so the formula, time period is equal to time taken in seconds divided by number of oscillations. Here the time taken or the time we have to write down in seconds. If it is given in other units, then we have to first convert it into seconds and then we have to calculate the time period. As already in this question we have been given in seconds. Okay, so here to take out the time period, to find out the time period, we will divide 32, that is the time taken, divided by 20, and it comes out to be 1.6 seconds. Okay, so the time period of that pendulum is 1.6 seconds. Beta, always remember to write down the unit, because here you will lose your marks if you are not writing your units. Remember to write down the unit and the formula. Okay, coming to question number 4. The distance between two stations is 240 kilometers. A train takes 4 hours to cover this distance. So again I am repeating this question. The distance between two stations is 240 kilometers. A train takes 4 hours to cover this distance. Calculate the speed of the train. Now what is given, children? Here we have been given the distance. Okay, so first we will write down the distance, that is given in kilometers. So distance is equal to 240 kilometers. Now how much time the train takes? It takes 4 hours. That means the time taken is equal to 4 hours. Now we have to calculate the speed. For speed, what is the formula? Speed is equal to distance covered upon time taken. See, again I have written the formula over here. Okay, so from this formula the speed will be equal to 240 divided by 4, and that comes out to be 60. Again we have mentioned the unit here because the distance was given in kilometer and the time is given in hours, so it will be 60 kilometer per hour. Fine. So the speed of the train is equal to 60 kilometers per hour. Question number 5. The odometer of a car reads 57,321.0 kilometers when the clock shows the time 8:30 am. What is the distance moved by the car if at 8:50 am the odometer reading has changed to 57,336.0 kilometers? Calculate the speed of the car in kilometers per minute during this time. Express the speed in kilometers per hour also. Whenever you are doing your numericals, read the numerical carefully, what is given to you. Okay, so to find out the distance, अच्छा, before that we should know what an odometer is. हमने last time भी करा था. What an odometer is? It is the device that is used in the vehicles which gives the distance covered by the vehicle in kilometers. Okay, so to find out the distance, okay, what we have to do, we have to subtract the initial reading of the odometer from the final reading. Okay, so from this we can get the distance covered. Okay, so we will subtract 57,321 from 57,336. Okay, and from this the distance will come out to be 15 kilometers. Okay, do the subtraction very carefully. Then we have to calculate the speed also. Okay, first the speed has to be calculated in kilometers per minute. So first we will write down the formula. Speed is equal to distance covered upon time taken. Distance we have taken out from this. Fine, but how will we take out the time? Because the time we haven't been given in minutes, we have been given the time am, like this am to this am. So what we have to do is we have to again subtract the final the initial time from the final time. That is, we have to subtract 8:30 from 8:50, and then we can tell the duration of this. Okay, so it comes out to be 20 minutes. Okay, now here the time taken is 20 minutes, distance is 15 kilometers. So again putting this value in the formula, 15 kilometers divided by 20 minutes. So it will be 3/4 kilometers per minute. Okay. So from this we can say that the speed is 3/4 kilometers per minute, or we can also calculate it in points. Fine. In decimals also we can also calculate it. Now in the next one we have to calculate the speed in kilometers per hour, because here it is given in minutes. So if we have to convert minutes into hours, that means we have to divide that by 60. Okay, so it will be 3 divided by 4 by 60 hours. Okay, so this 60 will go in the numerator. Okay, so it will be 3 into 60 divided by 4 kilometers per hour. Okay, now we'll cut the 60 by 4 15 times. Then the speed will come out to be here 3 into 15, that is equal to 45 kilometers per hour. Okay, so in this numerical we have calculated the distance what was asked, second the speed in kilometers per minute, and third the speed in kilometers per hour. So finally we can write down all these things, all these values which we have taken out at the last. Now rest of the questions we will be continuing in our next video. Thank you.